So Liz Cheney came out and warned that any lawyer investigating members of the January 6th committee will be engaging in conduct subject to sanctions. Harmeet Dillon responded to that yesterday after the show and said, "Oh, really?" Like, in other words, F you, that's not possible. Well, guess what? Trump appointed Harmeet Dillon to the Attorney General's office to be a deputy attorney general, I think, over civil rights, which is amazing because Harmeet Dillon is an extraordinary attorney. She's someone who has been a fighter for President Trump for a very long time. This is a great appointment. And within minutes of Trump making that appointment, Mark Elias, Democrat corrupt super lawyer and Russia collusion hoaxer. I mean, he helped create the Russia collusion hoax and the Steele dossier and everything else. Mark Elias came out and said Donald Trump has nominated a sycophant loyalist to head the Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division. This will put pressure on groups and election lawyers to fight for voting rights in court. DOJ will be on the side of vote suppressors and election deniers. This sounds like a pretty damn good endorsement from Mark Elias, who is one of the corrupt, most disgusting lawyers, attorneys, people in this country. And if he doesn't like it, it's a pretty damn good appointment, if I don't say so myself. But even Benny Thompson, who is a Democrat chair of the then January 6th committee, was asked about President Trump's comments. And I'm telling you, it seems like people are scared. Listen.
Over the weekend, former President Trump in an interview suggested that January 6 members should be jailed. Do you have any reaction to that? And do you think that a preemptive pardon is necessary?
Well, I'll take it one at a time, okay? First of all, former to-be President Trump is absolutely wrong. There's nothing we did as a January 6th Select Committee that violates the law. Just because you disagree with the work of the committee is no way to threaten those members of the committee with jail. So obviously that's his opinion. As to whether or not President Biden does anything with respect to that, it's his decision. I'm comfortable with the fact that as members of Congress, we were doing our job. And as long as we do our job, there are certain guarantees that we have. And I look forward to enforcing those guarantees.
Now, Adam Schiff, he said that he thinks that a preemptive pardon isn't necessary. Do you agree with that? Do you think it's not necessary?
Well, he's a member of the committee. He's absolutely has his right. I think that's a decision that is left to the president.
And then what do you make of Kash Patel? How concerned are you if he were to get confirmed to hold this FBI position?
Well, again, I think people in positions of responsibility to carry out those responsibilities according to the statute. I don't think you have to go against individuals because you dislike them or they take positions you disagree with. As a nation of laws, clearly we stand strong on the principles of freedom of speech, assembly, and all those things that are guaranteed by the Constitution. And obviously I would expect someone in his position to do likewise.
What about the January 6th committee destroying records to make sure that they hid information that would lead people to the conclusion that January 6th was one big Fed surrection info operation? Because there have been lots of allegations, not just allegations, I believe that to be true. The January 6th committee absolutely did destroy evidence, 100%. That's not in dispute. And do you notice how that interview, that conversation was tied back to Kash Patel? Now, listen, we've had Kash Patel on the show. You heard him talk about President Trump issuing the order about the National Guard on January 6th and how he helped craft the memo that went out to the DC National Guard about all this, and we were censored for that. But Kash Patel knows where the bodies are buried. Kash Patel is eminently qualified to be the FBI director. Kash Patel is competent. He's been all over the Democrat weaponizing of the government since he was a young staffer with Devin Nunes in Congress. He uncovered the Russia collusion hoax. He was relentless in that in determining that as well. And I genuinely think that the left is scared of him, and they should be, because he knows how they play this game. He knows how dirty they are.